on, Sha?
Okay, look here. My life um has been completely taken over by a TikTok dance,
Okay.
and I just never thought I'd be here with this issue. In many ways. I well, I mean, I always thought I'd be struggling to learn a dance. I've known that since I was a child. That was definitely going to be my fate. Was choreography played a very big part in what I thought being an adult was. So I thought, but just not like this. Um, I I guess she's a singer named Victoria Monet, perhaps. I think
Okay.
her name, and I guess when she performs, she has a little dance breakdown. From what I have gleaned off of social media, I guess she's a singer. She has a breakdown in her live performances, a dance breakdown where she and her dancers um do a little something something to uh this hymn. You may know this hymn. It's called Some Cut by Trillville. Um
Okay.
it is a hymn if you were in Atlanta at the time.
Okay.
It is a Negro spiritual of sorts. It's not one of our better it's not one of our big Negro spirituals like Nuck If You Buck,
Right.
but it's up there. It's a spiritual you would hear at the let out of this church. This is what you'd hear in the parking lot
Okay.
of this church. Um and and the song, if you're unfamiliar, um is basically a young man asking a young lady if she would be interested in some coitus, some sex.
Okay.
Would she like to have sex perhaps with him?
Oh.
And if so, well, here's a way to reach me, and here's a little preview of what we could do. Um and the song starts with a rhythmic squeaking, which I believe is the sound of bed springs squeaking.
I don't know if I've heard this, but I'm in. I want to hear
You
this song.
know it. I know you know it. And then it starts, and I'm gonna do something of a dramatic reading, but it is serious. What it is, ho, what's up? I believe it's can a nigga get in them guts? Break you off like you ain't, but something like that. Give me your number, and I'll call, and I'll follow that ass in the mall. Take you home, let you juggle my balls. Just cute things. Or it was a lot of ball juggling. I feel like in Atlanta rap there for a hot second. Um, a lot of ball talk. Anywho, uh, Some Cut is what the song is called, and I love it. I think it's great. It's a terrible song. I think it's great. So I'm like, yes, absolutely. I want to learn how to do this dance. I don't know how to do this dance. And I've been trying, and it starts weird because the song doesn't start, the song in the TikTok doesn't start when the actual song starts. So if you
Okay.
pull up the song and you go based on the song, it's a little bit different. It's something of an edit.
Mm.
So I got to learn it from the TikTok version of the song. And then it's a lot of moves that it assumes I'm able to do. And I feel like you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot, TikTok, from me. How dare you assume I'm able to do these things? And some of them, yes, and some of them, no. And so I've been for, I guess, maybe a week just looking at um, people doing tutorials, other people trying to do it, people trying to figure in when to come in the beginning. All of these TikToks, right? I'm finding, and I'm looking at them. And as I look at one, TikTok's like, oh, you like that? We got three more. So they give me three more. I watched those 3. They're like, oh, you like that? We got like 11 more. So they sent, so now my feed is nothing but some cut challenge with a little bit of the Cuff It by Beyonce challenge in there, which is on its way down, but it's still, because I actually did that challenge because that challenge was so easy that when I saw people unable to do it, I was like, what, you can't count to 8? Like, what are you doing? What's
People
wrong
are
with your
gifted in
body?
different ways,
Yeah,
Sha.
why can't you get this? So I'm coming in cocky. To be fair, I am coming in cocky. Like, I nailed that Cuff It. You literally just moved to the side 4 times. Like, that's easy. So I came in on some cut like, yes, absolutely. There's choreography. Now, because it's by someone who's a performer who has dancers, I shouldn't learn anything where there are dancers like in the background. I'm like, I should skip that dance.
Yeah.
But I like the song that much. So I figured out how I'm going to do it, where I can do it poorly and it's still funny, which you got to figure that out very quickly if you want to do one of these things. So I got to figure out where to tape myself, record myself for the TikTok in order to figure out how to edit it together so it makes sense. So my first issue is that my life has been taken over by this stupid challenge. My second issue, where do you record in your house when you don't want people to just see your house like that?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I don't record anything inside my home. I don't get it. Like I've orchestrated this basement to like only show you this one wall. I don't know how people just are comfortable. Like
it's something. It truly has been. That's another thing. Look, for anyone who's like, why is she? I'm new to TikTok, and to me, TikTok is television. It is strictly entertainment. So I'm just watching these things. And something I've been wondering about for like a couple of years, I guess, is what? How are you does everybody have a kitchen island?
you know what I mean?
Does everyone just have like these spaces? And also what really gets me is when people are like, they're doing whatever they're doing, and there are folks in the background, like, cutting carrots or whatever. And they're just
Trying to
like,
live life.
yeah, you're just like, there's my nephew just doing one of his little dances again, and I'm like, you're about to be seen by hundreds of thousands of people.
If you're lucky that little.
Yeah. And did you think this is how you'd be seen in profile in your house clothes? Cutting onions. Is that how you want to present yourself?
Those are gonna be your 15, my G.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you're known. If someone runs up on you on the side, they know you from TikTok. And you're like, what's the TikTok? It's because your nephew posted that shit, and now everybody knows what your kitchen looks like. Like,
No
it's wild. To me, just all of it in general, it's a little wild to me, and I'm just like, okay, where do I record this thing?
I've
yeah. What are you like? Are your kids TikTok people?
My kids are not TikTokers, thankfully.
God bless them.
Yeah, they are Discord kids, which means
Oh wow.
they're like,
Okay,
yeah,
so you got
everything's
a
a
couple of
secret.
nerds.
Yeah, word. Like I don't know what's going on over there. We're gonna talk, and like they just disappear, and I don't understand it. But I figured whatever they're broadcasting, it's showing their room and not my house.
Right.
Every time I filmed a TikTok, I have filmed it outside. I think.
Right.
I feel like if you're in New York and you're TikToking, like the understanding is that like, yo, we rent out like 600 to 800 square feet at best.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want to see the inside of this shit. You want to see what's outside. That's why we live here. So yeah, like every TikTok I think I've posted has been outside.
I don't think I can do this dance outside. Do you know what I mean? Because my whole take on it is I'm doing it poorly. I love that I've made that my take, by the way. And it's not the fact. So, but there are kids all over the place, young and older, and those who think they still are children. And
Yeah.
the last thing I need is I'm doing a high concept TikTok, and the last thing I need is someone to come through and actually do it correctly. Because it's going to fuck up what I'm attempting to do. And I
Yo.
can't yell at the kids, hey, this is art.
You don't get what I'm going for, okay?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
yo, Sha, what if you you remember like when Beachbody would put out their workout tapes and they would have like the main dude. You got like the main person doing the workout, and then you got the example person that's like mad dope at the
Look,
workouts, and then you got
yes,
the other person that's like, this is
that's my
the
concept. My
yo, that's
concept
fire.
is because I've already done one where I'm dancing to the new Sam Smith song. And over the top, I've written middle-aged woman in the back row of an all levels dance class.
I'm
So
sold.
that's the that's the concept. I'm just going to continue. So now I have two different, well, I guess three different dance concepts that I've come up with for videos that I barely post. One is a dance break at the office. Occasionally, I have to take a dance break at the office, and I'll film myself doing it, and I'll put that up. Another one is the movement series,
Is
where
that in your contract?
no,
Like, okay, I gotta do this.
I'm sorry, it's dance break time.
HR knows. Take it up with them if you need something for the
I mean,
next 10 to
I guess
15 minutes.
for all intents, I'm HR, so yes, I've decided this is part of my job description without tagging where I work.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They're just like, this woman's just this dusty woman in a dusty office attempting to move. And then the movement series, which is me just also attempting to move when I'm stressed out. And I do a little move or something to some music. So those are two things. And now it's middle-aged. The third one is middle-aged woman in the back of the all-level dance class. And she's woefully out of her depth. So that's what this is going to be. So I got to be like in sweats and or dance wear or whatever, and clueless as I'm trying to do this dance. And I can't do that. So I can't do it outside. I kind of need to be inside to do
Yeah.
it. So now I'm just trying to figure out. And I know I have all gray behind me, but there's a lot in front of it. There's like basically a picnic table. I
Okay.
don't, because of the shape of the room, I don't have a normal like small square or even a round table. It's a picnic table and two benches. You
Listen,
know, yeah. So it's like it's movable, but for a TikTok, am I really moving furniture for a TikTok? What are
you
we
are
doing?
shy. I see. I believe in you, shy. Yo, because like I really don't think that like people come to New York to make it and all of that nonsense. And like, yo, we ain't the place for that. Like, I told you off air like last week, I had to film audition.
Yeah.
And like the first requirement was like we need a full body slate against a gray wall.
How about
I'm like,
what is that?
I'm like, are you for real, my G?
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, we want no frames, no pictures. I'm like, I'm 6 feet tall. You know how big this gray wall has to be to show my whole body and not have nothing on it?
Yes.
Like, how rich do you think I am that I got like random 10 by 15 walls with no decorations on
no
them?
decoration that happened to be gray with decent lighting.
Straight up, I shot my slate got shot at a handball court.
I mean,
it's
that's
outside, yo.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yo, you think I'm playing? I said that shit to you after the show. My slate is outside. I told my manager, like, yo, this request is ridiculous. I'm leaning in. You want me to have a gray wall in the background, knowing where I live? You think I can just give up wall space like that in my life?
Yeah, it's wild. I've had to do that, and mine. I am up against my gray wall, but I'm at the end of it, right next to a small hallway, and I believe my cat is walking through as I'm doing it. I'm just like cat for scale. I'm 5'5", you know? Like, I don't know.
Yo, this dude's out of pocket. Yo,
Yeah.
so I feel your pain with the dance. It
Yeah.
is we're not competing in the same game. I see these dudes doing TikTok dances where they could fit 7 members of a family in a row in their living room.
Right.
Like that is incredible to me. Like
Yeah.
all of y'all could just like you could plan choreography in one room of your house and not move furniture. Like,
That's
nah, B.
yeah. No, I don't know it. I don't know that life. I did a dance show once where the theme of it was dance. Where I was like a continuing education, like adult continuing education instructor, just trying to teach people how to get in touch with their artistic side. And
Yeah.
so I had someone come on and dance. I had someone come on and do a monologue. I had someone come on and sing. And then
Okay.
I did a little promo for it where I'm dancing in our living room. And I feel like at the time we were waiting on furniture. Like the furniture that I had ordered for our living room took about um 2 to 3 months to get to us. Supposed to take a week and a half, took like 3 months. Um and so I had some space, but as I set it up to record just to see how it would look, my roommate walked by because he had to go like get food from outside. And so he's just in the shot. And I was like, you know what? We'll just make that part of it. So when I film it and it's just me dancing. And then at some point, my roommate walks by because he's taking trash out because he did have trash he had to take out. And he was like, I can wait till you're done. I'm like, no, 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 just go on and do it. Just
Keep
walk
living life,
through.
baby. Oh man, I love this.
Yeah, it's just wild to me when I'm looking in people's like, their kitchen or you know what I mean? That's the one that really gets me because the kitchen is not that it's super personal. It really is where most people hang out in a house.
Hmm.
But for me to see your islands and to see someone just trying to eat a snack, it's always just like maybe an older relative was just like, there they go with that TikTok again. And I'm like, do you understand that I see you? Like, do you know that I would see you? I don't know you. I don't know where you are. The person who posted it didn't use their real name. You are a stranger to me in every way, shape, and form. And yet I see what you wear around your house. That's wild to me.
Yo, and they like for the most part, like most people make decisions by that point in their life to be as visible as they want to be. You
Yeah.
know, like if you 50 and nobody is seeing you, you don't want to be seen.
Right.
Like you've made
Yeah.
that a
You're
decision.
you
Like,
you're
yeah,
good on that. I
you
mean,
know?
I'm okay a little bit. Like people have seen elements of my place, but I also am like, that's what I'm allowing you to see. And I also do comedy, and I also made a decision that I'll let you see these things.
Yeah.
You
Like no
know,
one, like real talk, my mom doesn't want to be famous. Like
yes.
she's rooting for me to do well and but only as well as it doesn't interfere with her life.
Yeah, right.
You know? And
Exactly.
she has no intentions of being on TV. She don't
Mhm.
want her picture taken.
Right.
Like none of that. And like these kids is just frivolously throwing away 50, 60 years of people's work
Right.
of privacy. Like, yo,
Yeah.
that person don't want that life. Yo, you
Just
just gave it away.
so they can dance to a weird mashup of like an R. Kelly song.
You know what I mean? Like
And I'm like, "Whoa, what?"
like I think of every time my mom had to be in public, it was cause of me. And like she had to like, all right, I'm proud of this kid. I'm gonna go to graduation. I'm gonna get dressed up. Like that was an ordeal for her. She had to like get her hair done. You know,
Right.
she bought an outfit and she was like, yeah, like I need to be present for these moments. And she
Mhm.
psyched herself up for that. And you just threw your mom out there. Like
Yeah,
she
right.
didn't want that.
Right.
She had no need for that in her life.
Yeah. But then can we give a shout out to the ones who desperately want to be? Let's give a shout out to those aunties,
I
to those
see y'all.
moms who were just like sliding in and doing the dance with them. And you're like, I didn't know you were behind me. I'm like, yeah, mom's is always going to find the camera. A shout out to all my people who find the light, who always can find the light.
Hey man, keep shining out there, baby. It could be
Yeah,
you.
TikTok's for you.
You know what I mean?
I'm watching and I'm like, "Well, I guess you're okay with it," but I don't know, you know?
What's the name? The Diamello chicks? I
Oh,
forget their
right.
names. The
Yeah,
mom is
Sharp.
famous now too, right?
I
I
assume.
assume the whole squad is known, so it worked out,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, right. You know, I wouldn't wish that on everybody, but,
If you want it, I'm just
if
saying
you
it's out
want it, it's certainly out there for you, but
there.
for those who don't, it's just I don't know, it's kinda wild. For those who are, like, trying to walk that line, I'll do it for the joke, but I'm not I you know, yeah, I check with my roommate. I'm like, "Hey, do you mind if I" you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
It's
although
minimum discussion. Like, hey, you
yeah,
all right? You good with this? Cool.
yes. I mean, I pulled him into doing those taste testing things. I don't know if he wanted to do that, but I also knew he wanted to do that. He was a comic. There's no way he doesn't want to.
My wife gets legitimately angry at me every time I point her out anywhere in public. Like
I believe that.
yeah, you've met Gabby. That's not her
Yeah,
energy.
she's like,
She's
"Mm-mm,
like,
what you doing?
oh
Shut up."
nah, B. She's like, I already gotta deal with you talking about me. I get that. But nah, outside of that, no. This isn't what I signed up for. You supposed to work in offices. I was
Right.
supposed to come out for Christmas parties. That's it. That's what I agreed to when I married you. This is not
Right.
the
This
arrangement.
is this is new. This is new. We gotta rewrite the contract. We need to revisit it.
Oh man, let's get into the news, Sha.
All right.
Kicking it off, you can't do that to these kids. Entire youth league football team suspended from playoffs after gifted 13-year-old is promoted into high school. Not being able to play is weird, said 13-year-old Tremian.
Tremaine.
Tremaine. There we go. Tremaine Gandy Jr., who was suspended alongside his entire. Can we just talk about the fact that has learned my one like weakness is pronunciation, like over the course of the last 2 years. I it's it's a chink in my armor that I've had as a secret.
Look, let the record show that this was your idea to do news articles where you read them out loud. So
I didn't realize it was this bad. I am atrocious at reading words. My God. I
it
must
was
have really been leaning on the math parts of my classes growing up. I swear my vocabulary's solid too. It's just I just say shit. I don't necessarily like read the words that often. So I don't know what I'm looking at. Yeah.
okay. Well, that's funny because normally people mispronounce things because they usually read the word, but they've never heard it.
Yeah. Like I
Right?
have
So
that,
they're
yeah.
yeah, so they're just like, "Oh, I know what that word is, but I've
Right. Like
never
I
heard
knew that was a
anyone say
name.
it." Right,
I knew it was a
yeah.
black kid.
Right, yes, well, yes.
I put it together, but like out loud, I never said that name before. I even today, like I still read like a book a month. Like I def read, but I don't read out loud.
Right.
You know, so I don't know what these words are. You know, I was saying spatical, what is it? I was saying the T way too much in spatial intelligence the other day, and my cousin pointed it. I had problems with like pronunciation, but I knew what I was talking about.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying out here, people. Uh, Let's get back to this article. Now that I know how to say, Tremaine Gandy Jr. Was suspended alongside his entire varsity football team in his little league football program because the teenager was promoted to high school due to his high academic abilities. Uh, for Gandy Jr., football has been a fixture for him and his family for half his life, but a mere technicality has kicked him off his Glenwood Jaguars football team, and it has cost the rest of his team a shot at the playoffs. We didn't know his parents, him being ahead 2 years, was going to affect him playing football at the little league level, said Sylvia Gandy, Tremaine's mother. The issue is Gandy Jr. is a high school sophomore, and the league prohibits high school players from playing. He was always a bright child who started reading at age 2, said Sylvia. Sylvia Gandy says her son has always been advanced in school and has moved up 2 grade levels ahead of his peers. But that accomplishment worked against his ability to play in the Southwest Midget Football League. Wow, that is wild. The league the Glenwood Jaguars are in. A statement from league president Lenny Rain said the league's insurance policy does not cover registered high school students regardless of age. The league also isolated the impact of the Glenwood Jaguars franchise suspension to just the varsity team that Gandy Jr. plays on, and reinstated all the other teams part of the Jaguars for children of younger ages. I got a call from the Southwest Midget League president, and he asked, was my son in high school? Of course, me being honest, I'm not going to lie, and I'm proud of him for his accomplishments. I said yes. And that's when he went to explain to me that high schools aren't allowed in our program. High schoolers aren't allowed in our program, said Tremaine Gandy Sr. Tremaine Gandy Sr. Says he does not agree with the league's decision, not only for his sake, but for the sake of his son, but also for the other kids on the varsity team. You can't do this to these kids. Everyone has paid money. I'm talking about registration, custom
Mm.
jerseys, cleats, mouthpieces, breast cancer awareness stuff. Weird thing to bring up. We've all paid our money and taken our time. Uh, since the initial ruling, the community in and around the Chicago suburb of Harvey, where Gandy lives, has expressed his support. To emphasize it, Gandy, he's built like a 13-year-old. He's not built like a sophomore in high school, said Gandy Sr.
This
Gandy,
is this is really wild. Okay.
yeah,
I mean, like, okay, if the rule is you can't have high schoolers play, then I guess you can't have high schoolers play, and I get that if every kid was at the same level, like, educationally.
right.
If this kid is in high school, but he's skipped 2 grades,
Yeah,
um, I think you should still let him play because he is still, like they say, he's built like a 13-year-old. He's still a kid,
right.
and he still has friendships with these kids that need to be really maintained because he's about to go into a world like 2 years from 13 from being around 13-year-olds to being around 15-year-olds who
Uh,
are all, preparing to drive, that's a mind fuck.
yeah,
So, that would be fine for I think it'd be great if they just let him play because he's still a kid. It's by age, it's not by what school you go to, which is wild. It's an age cap. But
it.
also, if you have to if you're just like, "Sorry, them's the rules," then I guess cut him, but why does the whole team suffer?
Yeah, the logic is, in theory, if he was an actual high schooler, he would have tainted that team's record by playing at a disadvantage, which again disagree with because he's not an actual high school
High
sophomore
schooler.
in terms of
Right,
physicality. Like he
right.
wasn't providing the advantage that would have had. So I agree, but that's the interpretation that they're going by because they had a kid playing that shouldn't have qualified the whole team's year because of that means that they were playing with that advantage and thus shouldn't have won the games that they did.
That's wild.
Yeah,
What that little
completely
boy,
crazy.
what does he take football class in high school?
Yeah, and
That
that was
makes
the
no
other.
sense. Yeah, what kind of industry secrets is he taking back to a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds?
Yeah, like the strategy at at 13-year-old level football is not that crazy. Like
Yeah.
you ain't running wild plays out there. Most kids can't throw the ball that far. They're just doing running plays over and over again.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean?
That's insane, and also, it's interesting I mean, I'm glad the dad brought up all the money that they've paid, including the breast cancer awareness stuff, because that shit trickles down, I guess, from NFL. You know, how they got the month October is breast cancer awareness month, so they
Yeah,
cover everything with pink shit,
yeah,
and so I guess that kind of thing, which I didn't really think about, that's on, like, the major national levels, trickles down into regional teams, and so that everyone seems a part of it. Everyone still has to, like, "Yeah, well, you gotta pay this for breast cancer awareness so we can put a patch on the kid's jersey for a month," or whatever, which is wild that they even have to pay, like, what
yeah. That's bananas.
it's I mean, but it is a lot of money to play these sports.
Yeah, my
Parent
kids haven't played any sports because of this. Like, I just can't afford it.
well,
Not
also, they're on Discord. They don't wanna play no damn sports.
fair, fair. Aiden
If they
played
were on
baseball 1 year.
TikTok, they'd wanna play sports.
Yeah, Aiden played baseball for 1 season. He was like, "This ain't for
Mhm.
me, Dad. It's
Mm.
just boring as hell."
Good
Uh,
for him.
yeah, my man gave up the dream for my whole family. My pops was so hurt, he didn't want to talk to me. Like, he was like, "It was my fault directly that my kid has other interests." Uh,
Good for him.
but like
This yeah.
this is just lazy like writing of league rules. All this
Mhm.
is instead of saying like kid must be born by this date, instead of saying that like a kid must be kid's 13th birthday has to be before this date of the
Right.
start of the season. That's
Mhm.
all you need to say. And instead of doing that, they went with the easier way because they don't want to do math, which I understand. But that's all it was. It was like no math, just say no high schoolers. And now this kid's getting jerked, you know. He's just not built like a high school. And that's what they told him. I was like, yo, if you want to play football, you can. Go play with your high school peers. I'm like, that dude's gonna die out there. You can't
Yeah,
put
he's
that kid out there.
absolutely going to die. He can't
Yeah.
even, like, hold towels up there right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
there's
he'll
a whole
literally never be able to play because like when he's a senior, you can't play on the freshman team, even though
right,
that's probably what he's built like.
right.
As a senior because he'll be 15,
Yeah.
like so he'll never actually be able to play the sport again. Like you eliminated a real like activity from this kid's life that, he's been playing since he was 5.
Yeah, that's insane. I hope people riot. I now want people
Mhm.
to riot everywhere. I want people to just have signs at the ready. Just
Yo,
this is wrong. Just a basic generic "this is wrong" sign, and just go to wherever it is and stand on someone's front yard and yell at them because this is ridiculous. I
yo,
mean,
we
like
penalizing the kid for doing well in school.
yeah, and also the high school didn't say, "Well, we know he's smart, but he's just 13, so he can't come here." Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody is doing what they can to help this young man, and if you're unable to do that, it's bullshit that you think you're unable to do that, but if you really feel like you're unable to do that, I don't see why, even though I don't think it's right that this young man is punished, I don't see why all the other kids have to suffer as well. That's just bullshit across the board.
Yeah. This
Do
to
they get their
me,
money back?
I hope so. That has to be it. I know they won't, but they should.
Yeah.
This to me, like, this kid must have been good, and the team
Uh-huh.
was clearly good, and
Right.
a parent got mad about this on another team.
Ooh, I didn't even think about how salty parents get.
Straight up, some kid was getting like mollywopped by this kid on the field. Like he was just tackling people, and they're like, "Yeah, that's not fair. He's too good." And they're like, "Well, he in high school, right?" You're like, "Oh,
Because I guess the coach didn't call the parent until they were well into the season, it looks like.
the league didn't call the parent to verify that he was in high school because they knew his age. He had been in the league in the league's system since he was 5, playing in the younger groups. So they
Right.
always knew his age. They never lied about it. And then
Right.
during his schooling years, he got skipped. So he was
Right.
still the
Yeah.
appropriate age for the team, but because he got skipped those 2 years, there was now this technicality that he no longer qualified for that league anymore.
Yeah, nah, someone snitched.
I'm telling you.
Some parents snitched because they think their kid probably isn't getting enough probably thought their kid wasn't getting enough time on the field, and so they're like, "Well, that one, he's not even supposed to be there. He's in high school now."
Mhm.
And so they snitched, and now your kid don't get any time on the field because they reneged on the whole
Gone.
season. Look
Messing
at
it
you.
up.
Why don't you just get your kid to be better? Maybe your kid doesn't like football. I bet there's some kid somewhere who's like, "I don't even like this shit.
Word.
Look at all of this. And my
Your kid
dad
is
had to
worse,
run his mouth, and I don't even like this shit."
you know? Your kid is worth at both things.
Mhm.
He's worse at both things. Why are you penalizing the kid that's doing his thing?
That's so ridiculous.
Yo, do better
Uh,
as parents. It's okay. You know what I mean?
yeah. Maybe
Sincerely.
yeah, there's unless there's some sort of beef with you and the coach, maybe your kid just isn't built for it yet.
I
Maybe
tell
this
my
isn't
kids
their
all the
sport.
time, like, yo, you ain't gonna be great at everything. Like, real, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Bust your ass, do your best. I expect your best, but you ain't gonna be the best at all things. It's impossible, and you gotta learn that. In fact, you will not be the best at most things.
Yeah, actually.
Like, being real, like, it just is what it is. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you'll
how
be alright at,
you,
like, a third to maybe a half of them. If you're alright at half the things, you're already better than
yeah,
everyone.
you killing it. I was about to say,
Yeah.
yo, that's ahead of the game right there. So,
Yeah.
don't get jealous over that. Just keep doing your best. It'll get you through life.
It
You
sure
know,
will. It absolutely more people should shoot for alright.
straight up. Pick one or two things to be great at, and that's dope. But you ain't gonna be great at all the things. It's okay.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
someone else is great at it, learn from them, admire it,
Yeah.
and keep it pushing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just know maybe that's
But
not
that's
your
not your
lane.
thing to be great at. Yeah, you can be good
Yeah.
at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and
You'll
Shaz
figure
out
out
here.
when you figure out what you're great at, it's because you'll be great at it. It's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, there's a reason for it."
straight up. In the
Yeah.
meantime, me and Shaz gonna make real bad TikTok dancing videos. You know what I mean?
Terrible. I'm
Straight up.
not good at it.
But we
But
learning from greats.
yeah, and I enjoy it.
Straight, exactly. Having a good time anyway.
Yeah, I'm having a good time dancing poorly. And that's really been my whole life, honestly. And I've been on drill team all
Yo,
through high school
straight up.
and was good on it.
You
But
know
I
what I mean?
mean, put me next to a real dancer? Mm-mm. My sister's a real dancer.
Yo, I was the fifth best offensive lineman on my high school football team. But guess what? There's 5 linemen, okay? So, you know what I mean? I still got burned that whole freshman year. It was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can still be part of it. It's okay.
All right. Well, look, Tremaine, I'm going to light a candle for you being in high school because that shit is tough.
Real talk, man.
Take notes, keep a journal because you may have a show. It's time to
Yo.
update Doogie Howser. You may have a show. Keep notes. Or not
Oh,
Doogie Howser.
man.
I'll say Little Man Tate. Doogie Howser,
Yeah.
the dude was already working. Little Man Tate was a little boy who was found to be gifted and had to go into a program and try to adjust. It's a movie. It came out in like 91. Harry Connick Jr. and Jodie Foster's in it. Nobody cares, but it's one of my favorite movies. Look it up. It's a good one.
Deep cut, okay?
Deep cut. I'm nothing but deep cuts.
It's your third one this episode, shall we?
I
20
know.
minutes in.
I know.
You heard of this one song that played in the 7-block radius in Atlanta?
I mean,
no?
look, no, some cut is big. I swear to you, when you hear it, Gastor, you're gonna go, "Oh, this shit." But I swear to you, any song that was talking about sex in a very weird but imaginative way
Nah, I dig
got
that.
big, even if it felt very regional.
I'm just enjoying the fact that, like, none of your deep cuts are from the same niche. Like, how are you in all of these places?
Yeah, no, I've been wondering about that myself.
Like, the same person that knows some cut and knows TikTok and knows that movie, that they wouldn't even meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And they are all you.
Yeah, I know. It is weird that someone who's one of their favorite movies is Little Man Tate also loves Some Cut by Trillville. So, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I contain multitudes. I don't know what to tell you.
She's layered, people, okay?
Yeah, it's a lot of layers, like a Pillsbury biscuit. I'm a lot of layers. Also, if you poke me with a spoon, I will pop at you. But then I'm a lot of layers.
In other news, restaurant workers dressed as Power Rangers fend off an attacker. That's right. A team of employees wearing Power Rangers costumes turned into real-life superheroes after a woman in need of help entered their restaurant. Twitter user posted a thread about the craziest encounter that she witnessed while dining at a Noka Ramen in Oakland, California. I'm at a ramen shop owned by Thai people in Oakland dressed as Power Rangers when a woman comes rushing in saying she wasn't safe. A man came running in after her and puts her in a chokehold. The Twitter user then answered the most obvious questions. Why were the employees working while wearing costumes based on the characters from the action series. She explained that the main cocktail served at Noka Ramen is called the Noka Rangers. Once the
Okay.
women had expressed she wasn't safe and she didn't want to go home with this man who was choke holding her,
Well, I
usually
mean,
a good
that's
sign.
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. The Black Ranger, aka the manager, with the kick kebab and the Yellow Ranger, told the man to leave. He swung at them. This is when all the Rangers yelled, "Hey!"
No,
No,
Huey.
Huey.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a random yell. Huey. According to her, the employee dressed as the Yellow Ranger. Oh, that must have been Huey's name. Huey
Yeah.
blocked the punch from the man, causing the commotion. All the employees then told the women in danger to hide in the kitchen. The man then started using racial slurs and attempted to follow the woman into the kitchen. The Yellow Ranger stepped in again. Shouts to Huey. This time, the mass hero grabbed the man by his collar before removing him from the restaurant. Uh, we're trying to call the cops. Patrons are shaking and crying. The pink Power Ranger, the hostess, tells us our food is free. Yo, the man goes outside, starts picking up chairs, baby seats, and salt and pepper shakers to throw at the windows. I, for some reason, start wolfing down my ramen. No doubt, this is chaos.
Oh my goodness.
This is amazing. The man tried to return to the restaurant with another person, the Twitter user said, but the Power Rangers assembled and locked them out. Before ending the thread, the social media user wrote that the police eventually arrived at the scene and she was able to thank the workers before she left. Thank you for sharing the story. We're so thankful everyone is safe, said one of the Noka Ramen employees.
Okay. So this is wild. Um, and also they have a picture on their Instagram, the restaurant's Instagram,
Yeah,
showed the thread. It was a Twitter thread of someone explaining this, of what happened at the restaurant. But on Noko Ramen, their Instagram account, they show a screenshot of the Twitter thread
yeah.
and then a picture of all of the employees dressed
This is awesome.
as Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So already, what? There appear to be 2 yellow, 2 pink, a green, a blue, a red, and I guess that's the black one. It looks like some of them have scarves around their waist to cover up the bulge from the from the costume
I mean,
of their
professional
nether
establishment.
regions. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot because you're already in a restaurant where everyone working is dressed like a Power Ranger. So
Yo.
you're already like, what's happening here? And then that wildness happens and they literally fight crime
Yo.
and your food is free?
This is the spot right here, yo. I'm in Oakland. This is where I'm stopping.
I mean, that's fantastic, but also I don't know if I'd ever go out to eat again. Only because how do you top that? How do you top that?
Yo, shouts to Noka. Keep doing what y'all doing out there.
Yeah, I mean, also I'm sorry that this did blow up your spot because definitely whoever owns the intellectual rights
Y'all
to the
getting
minor
sued.
morphin Power Rangers is probably gonna be calling.
They want all these checks, okay?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, maybe change the colors slightly of the Power Rangers. Um,
This ain't blue,
just
this
change the
aqua,
name. Yeah,
okay?
yeah. If you change the name, kind of like when you go to Party City and you get a costume and they can't say Spider Man, so they say man with webbed hands or something like that, and it's like, well, that means something different. That's not the same. Masked man with web hands. And it's like, oh, you mean like Spider? Nope, not like
Nope.
Spider Man. Look, these colors are green and yellow. And it's like, okay.
That don't even look like the guy no more.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. Same design, still a spider on the chest, but the colors are, completely different. So it can't be.
Oh man, shouts to them though. I would love to know what the interview process is at this place. Like, hey,
Mm.
I know 110 drinks. I'm a silent mixologist. Yeah, but can
Mhm.
you fight? You know,
Right.
are you ready?
Can you actually do flips?
It's a requirement
Yeah, we need you to be able to break a chokehold. Can you break a
here.
chokehold?
Oh man, this is awesome. In other news, a woman's little brother is coming home from boot camp, and his list of food requests is a little different. Marine and training aims to celebrate graduation in 10 days with 10 days of food. That's right. Uh, on October 13th, a redditor named Quiet Childhood 9532, okay,
Mhm.
posted about her sibling coming home from military training, specifically the extensive list of items that her brother wants to eat when he gets home. The little
Mm.
brother is coming home from boot camp next week, and this is everything he wants, she said. The items on the food wish list was expansive and run the gamut from home cooked meals to fast food places he wants to visit. This is the original list. I added a few things to it that he had mentioned in other letters. The 10 days that he's home, he plans on hanging out with friends and family, resting and eating a lot of food. Here is some the list of items. The food wish list includes smoked mac and cheese, sushi, donuts, brownies, cereal, pancakes, French toast, Reese's and s'mores, same item. Popeyes, maybe. Uh,
Yes, very key. Maybe,
maybe.
maybe Popeyes.
Dairy Queen, honey buns, bowling alley. I'm not sure if
Like
that's like a
a
food I don't know
restaurant or
about.
if he just wants to eat at a bowling alley.
Yeah, rock on. Doritos spicy nachos, very specific. I like that.
Mhm, yeah.
McDonald's smash burgers, homemade chicken, bacon ranch fries, Oreo balls, wings and cinnamon sticks from Pizza Hut, uh, cookies. He
Cookies,
just
yeah.
okay. He just okay.
And then,
Then while he's in California, he wants In and Out and a Cali burger, Cali
uh
burrito.
right, and
Then
then back up to the top, Arby's,
these
Mexican,
Arby's. Well, yeah,
what is
Mexicans and what else?
Reese's ice cream cake,
Okay,
uh, protein bars,
gotta stay in shape, shot. You know.
um, slutty brownies, and cinnamon rolls.
Yo.
Okay, I'm gonna look up slutty brownies because I have a feeling what that might be, but I, just wanna look. Um,
What I
oh,
loved
okay.
is that Emily mentioned that there was a first draft of the list. Like he took
Mhm.
this shit serious.
Yeah.
Uh the item slutty brownies, which for the uninitiated consist of
Mhm.
a layer of cookies,
Mhm.
a layer of Oreos, and
Mhm.
a layer of brownies, all baked into one decadent dessert.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, now this is, the woman wrote the list out, right?
right.
And so she put slutty brownies in quotations with a question mark, like slutty brownies? Like, is this still food or have we moved into a different territory of what he wants to eat?
Am I supposed to be
Um,
getting these? You know, like
yeah, or are you gonna take care of that one?
yeah, it
This is a lot of
yeah.
food.
For 10 days, that's the list.
Mhm.
I would understand if this was like a student home from like college between like freshman and sophomore year. Like
Mhm.
hey, I miss like stuff from my neighborhood or home cooking, like, and you can accomplish this in like 2 months.
Mhm.
Like 10 days, this is ambitious. Like that has
Right.
to be your only agenda when you're home is eating
Yeah,
these
there
items.
it really does. So here's the thing. Um, oh, she does say after his time at home is over, he has to go back to California to continue training,
Yep.
which is where the maybe next to Popeyes on the list comes from. He really
Okay.
loves Popeyes, but we don't have one where we live. It would be something that we would pick up on the way home if we could.
Man.
I Here's my concern. You've just gone through boot camp, yes?
Right.
And this is Marine boot camp. And so you're home for a hot second, and then you gotta go back out to California for some training and whatnot. You can't reverse all the work you've done at boot camp. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know based on my Hollywood knowledge, which is what I'm calling it now because there are so many things I only know through movies. Based on my Hollywood knowledge, it's a lot of crawling around in the dirt and making your bed
Yeah.
tightly is what boot camp seems to be. And it's And so it's, that's gonna burn a lot of calories. But if you're just home and you're chilling, everything here is gonna block you up quick, first of
Mhm.
all. There's that you I don't know how regularly you shit, sir, but this is gonna stop that. So already with a lot of these things, you're gonna have to add benefiber. You know what I mean? Like
Yo,
if you're not gonna eat a salad, you need to sprinkle benefiber on all of this shit.
yeah,
Just so that you have a fighting chance of taking a poop again.
aggressively.
Aggressively.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not no,
It's
like,
gotta
little sprinkles.
Yeah, no, you've gotta mix it into the food and cook it. Like, I don't know how else I don't know. Tell them it's salt. You know what I mean? Like, it that's the only way. And I would like for him to, like, at least continue to work out so he has I'm guessing he's young. So
Yeah.
he probably still has a metabolism, like, so he has, like, a hollow leg. He can eat all this shit and it never shows. But there's also a chance that you go back to training with a little pudge, with a little gut, and they're gonna rip you a new one. Don't make it
Yeah,
hard
B.
on yourself. Don't make it
Yeah.
any harder than it needs to be.
Real talk, day 11 don't need to be you suffering just because of these 10
Yes.
days, be like
I feel I'm looking at this list and all I can feel is reflux. Like, I want it for him, but I'm also like, bruh, I
Yo.
don't you can't like all of these things. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot,
w
B. This is
yeah.
military.com, by the way, is quick to point out that most chow halls these days have salad bars, fried chicken, seafood, Mexican food, pastas, hamburgers, hot dogs, chili, fries, and other junk food items as well.
Mhm.
Just so that you're not super concerned about the military people. They do have
That they're
food.
all eating salads and twigs and nuts and berries and
That's
shit.
it. Just apparently they don't have smash burgers,
I
or
mean,
Popeyes.
yeah, I think what he needs to concentrate on this list as an overeater, I think what he needs to work on are the smaller things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, the snacks that are not available, like, give those a shot.
Yeah,
Because
I'm looking at everything homemade. I like if there's something like your mom made, like the
Mhm.
chicken bacon ranch fries, that seemed real specific. Like
Yes.
homemade chicken bacon ranch
Yeah,
fries.
that's something that certainly is not.
Yeah. They not making that
Yes.
at every restaurant, and if they do, it's not gonna be the same. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You want
so
that one. McDonald's, you're gonna
definitely do
find
that.
that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like, what's keeping you from McDonald's?
Yeah, be like that was just because you was in boot camp. But like
Yeah.
when you still serving, you can still find
Yeah,
McDonald's.
you'll find McDonald's when you're actually like, it's yeah, boot camp, they keep you away from everything, so,
Yeah, I get
like
that. You missing things, but no, don't will
also,
solve that.
I'm sure protein bars are going to be available for you.
Yeah,
Like, protein bars? Not even a name brand, just protein bars?
seriously,
Yeah, we
B.
gotta we need to put all this so, I'd say shoot for the chicken bacon ranch fries, that seems important. The
Yeah,
slutty brownies, because that's not something you can pick up everywhere.
agreed.
Uh, I mean, go to a Dairy Queen because Dairy Queen isn't necessarily all over the place. Wait, are there Dairy Queens here in New York?
I don't think they're in the city. I think they're like in the like Long
Okay.
Island area. 'Cause
Yeah, that
I've
makes
only been
sense.
to like one once.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been plenty, but I've gone for the dairy. I don't go for the burgers or hot dogs or whatever. I go for the blizzards and the ice cream treats.
Ah,
That's the reason for that. But the other things I feel like, you know, I'm sure they got pancakes. I'm sure they do French. Those are the easiest things in the world to make at a fucking,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Making
I'm
those
sure
shits
they're
in bulk,
there.
you could definitely make French toast and pancakes in bulk.
Yeah. Also, if you're gonna get sushi, go to a good place.
Yeah.
Don't don't go to the grocery store and just buy it out of the case. Like, be discerning. You know what I mean? Let's be discerning. If we're gonna do this and really make memories,
Yeah,
let's
B. Don't be getting sushi at 7-Eleven, okay?
yeah, don't do that.
That's not their strength right there.
Make it earn its spot on this list.
Oh man. In other news, Maryland Maryland restaurant remained open with a dead body inside the restroom, Shy.
I mean,
Yeah.
oh, in the bathroom. All right. Well, okay, that's fine.
So I was like, oh, that's not even
Oh,
new.
that's not I mean, it's away from the people.
Oh man, yo, go check out Shaw's restaurant. Oh man, the doors never close. Apparently, I love it. Maryland restaurant remained open and continued serving customers on Wednesday after a female customer died of cardiac arrest in the restroom. On Friday, the restaurant owner said he is not sure whether it was the right decision. Yo, 2 days later, he's like, I don't know,
I
B.
don't
Still
know.
on the
Maybe we
fence.
should have. Hindsight is 2020, and maybe we should have.
Oh my God. The body was found in the women's restroom of Jasper's restaurant in Largo. First responders found the woman unconscious, and efforts to revive her were unsuccessful. She was pronounced dead at 6:40 that evening. Her identity has not been released. According to the police report, the woman's bathroom was closed off to customers. Her body remained in the restaurant for several hours. The Jaspers was full at the time, the report said. Tables were still being seated while police investigated the incident. It's just tragic, Jasper's owner, Fred Rosenthal, told the Post. We've never had anything like this happen before. Hindsight is 2020.
I didn't even know he said that.
Oh my God. Rosenthal told the newspaper that the restaurant's manager did not want to spark rumors or cause panic among the patrons. It's not a rumor. Somebody really died in your bathroom, my G. Isn't it? Oh my.
That's so funny.
Customers continued to be served as a portion of the building was closed off while the woman's family interacted with emergency medical workers, police, and the funeral home. Miguel Pereira, one of Jasper's managers, told the news that the restaurant was trying to protect the privacy of the woman's family. It's not something that we are accustomed to. Pereira said, told the TV stations reporters. At the moment, we thought we were doing the right thing, and we realized maybe we were wrong. The incident went viral on Twitter last week after a customer tweeted her disbelief over the restaurant remaining open. Last night, one of our
I mean,
customers tragically passed away within our establishment. On behalf of our ownership, management, and staff, we send the sincerest and most heartfelt support and condolences to the deceased family. Oh my
I don't
God.
know why that's so funny to me. That's terrible. It's truly what a way to go. Sprinkle dust in that spot. Respect the woman's spirit.
Yo,
But
when
but
I'm reading
it,
this, yo, Sha, real
uh-huh.
talk. How trash are you if you're a neighboring restaurant when people was like, yo, somebody's dead in there? Like now, right now, yo, but that shit is, yo, have you been next door? That shit is terrible. We gotta go. I don't care if anybody's died at Jasper's. Jasper's be hitting.
Here's the thing. It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, right? So if they declared her dead at like a quarter to 7 p.m. or something like that,
Right.
any place named Jasper, that's their dinner rush. That's like the tail end. If you're named Jasper, you've been serving dinner since 5:30. You understand? You've been serving old people since 4. So you can't. And I feel like any place named Jasper's is a place where people go because it's part of their routine.
Right.
It is Wednesday. Wednesday is Jasper's.
Yo.
I've been looking forward to this all day. I've lived for 72 years. You're not going to stop me from
Nope.
going to Jasper's at all. So now you got to tell this old coot who's been coming in every Wednesday for 50 years, like, yeah, man, someone's dead in here and we need to. Nah, I'll take the meatloaf. That man ain't listening. Everyone's just putting in their order. They don't give a fuck. They're like, well, I guess I won't pee here. You got sanitizer? I'll use the men's room. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, every solution came from the guest. I was like, I don't got to use the bathroom. You know, good.
Right, exactly. Like people are going to do whatever they want to do, and they will, and especially if they're paying money, they will pull that whole "the customer is always right" shit.
Yeah, this is incredible to me, man.
And so I kind of feel for Jasper's restaurant because they're like, well, But I have a feeling that maybe they didn't think. I think the issue is they may not have thought maybe we should close. I bet they were just like, "Hey, okay, so just rope off that and then we'll just like they just kept it moving." And also the whole thing about not wanting rumors to spread. The family is over by the bathroom dealing with EMT. What rumor?
Oh man, this is incredible. Yo, real talk.
That's Mhm.
I went to the site and like they got a 4.1 after 4,000 reviews on Google.
Oh, wait, you went to the
I
Jasper
checked
restaurant?
Jasper's Google review. They killing it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my god.
Yo, shouts to Jasper, man. Keep doing your thing over there.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean? Don't let a dead body hold you back. Keep shining, baby. I aspire for greatness right there. Jasper's doing it.
oh, they got a full bar? Oh,
Yo,
yeah. No, they can't. I mean,
you can't shut down Jasper's.
you can't. Clearly, you can't. Oh my god. I mean, I don't know. I guess the right thing to do would be to close down for a few hours until all of that is taken care of. But also, I can see why if it's a big enough spot, you're like, I don't know, just comp them an appetizer, and then we'll just
Keep it
use this
moving.
half and comp them a oh, man.
Oh man.
I love that 2 days later, they were like, maybe not."
Nah, man. I mean, the last time somebody died in here, the shit was pumping, but in the
Yeah,
bathroom, that's a little
in the back.
different.
Right, that's separate, you know?
In
Oh,
other news, the U.S. military to stop honoring Confederate history. Finally, that's right. The Defense Department has identified more than 1,100 items that commemorate the Confederacy and has plans for removing or renaming some of them. The
well, great.
the Confederate States of America, the short-lived royal collection of states addicted to slavery and its profits, will finally be put in its place if the U.S. Department of Defense has anything to say about it. And a commission that has identified 1,111 items under military control. Weird with the ones, bases,
Yeah.
buildings, street signs, and even a floor mat. Most certainly does. Findings from the naming commission that first met in March of 2021 revealed that a wide-ranging inventory of locations, items, and even software in military use around the globe. The goal is to remove all official commemorations of the Confederacy. An act of rebellion. It was an act of treason, according to Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley or Milley.
Alri alright, hold on. Wait, let me see. Yeah, Millie, I guess. Alright, I'm just trying to figure out if anything's gonna be done. Alright, so they found a bunch of shit that's named after Confederate stuff, right?
Yep.
And so they may change the names of some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, so, like,
How
do
you
it in
been in
one
stuff,
fell
B?
swoop. I mean, like, I guess it's all a process.
I I don't
But
know,
it
B. I I clean my office out whenever I need to. Ain't no announcements needed. Yo, real talk. I know for a fact there's more than 1,111 people that work in the military. Each of you, just on Monday, just throw one shit out. Don't
just
even
throw
tell
it.
nobody. Just
Well,
grab
I mean,
if one of them
some
is
of
a floor mat. Just grab the floor mat. Chuck that shit.
okay,
Bring in a new
but
floor mat.
but one of them is Fort Bragg in
Okay.
North Carolina. So, like, what do we do?
All right, that's
That's
Tuesday.
an
That's
that's an
Tuesday.
active fort. That's an active spot.
Now, every day at Fort Bragg, go there and just like tag up one of the signs. You know what I mean? Bring in your own shit, do some graffiti, excess shit out. You work your way through the building, one sign a day. You don't got to be crazy and get it all done at once, but every
Yeah,
day do some. Don't talk about it. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
There was
there
a no parking sign that was bothering me for years. I took that shit down. You know what I mean? Take
yes,
initiative. I said I did
yeah.
the right things. I called in first, but nobody did
Mhm.
nothing. Finally, I took it. You know, same thing. Do it. You know what I mean? There's street signs, floor mats. You could do those on your own. And then
Okay,
for the
so
buildings, the bases, team up.
here's some of the inventory. Okay, 14 markers, monuments, or statues,
Okay.
53 paintings, plaques, or portraits, 742 signs, maps, marquees, or displays,
Oh, it's easy.
and and a single floor mat at the Fort Lee commissary.
A f-
Where is Fort Lee? Does Fort Lee count? I have a feeling it's named after anything with the last name Lee and it's Lee. I'm like, oh, Robert E.
Yeah, B.
You named after Robert E, ain't you? So I don't trust anything in the South that's named Lee. I'm like,
That's
okay,
it.
you named after Bobby E. Lee. I see
Yo,
you.
repurpose it. Leave it Lee, call it after Bruce. You know what I mean? Just like everybody agree. That's what we're saying from now on. Switch, pay somebody to switch up the wiki page. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like just make it a movement. Nah, we don't talk
Hmm.
about that. We talk about Bruce Lee here now.
That's yeah. So I guess if we do it the Gastor way, we'll have someone come through, just find the sign, just put a little post-it on it so that we know that's one that needs to be changed. So
Yeah,
someone can come back. Let's come through and label them. Let's put them. Let's put a little green sticky on each one. And
that's
now
it.
we come through and we're like, okay, the name of this one is now blah blah blah.
Done deal.
And then we put up we put up I guess like a photocopy of what the new name is, just like a piece of paper with it printed on it. We'll just tape that up for a little while
That's
until
it.
we can get an official new thing made.
Yo, when you buy a car,
Okay.
you don't get the license plate that day. They give you a little paper. But everybody knows. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's getting switched out. We make the new one. That's it. Put the
I
little
mean, I
post-it
don't
note.
I don't know. When I was buying cars, I had tag applied for on the back of my car for months. Months and months and months. So
Hey, man, I'm just saying we could be doing stuff right now. The floor mat pisses me off. There's no way that
yeah,
can't
we
just be
could fix
rolled up.
that. That's easy. There's
That's
no
today.
reason for that. Yeah.
That's today, my G. Literally, don't even take it out. Flip it over. Flip it over. Done deal. You can still keep your floor mat, my G. Come on, man. This is lazy now.
Also, to name a floor mat after anything having to do with the Confederacy is such a fuck you. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, and this floor mat. So now what? What? What is that? What heritage comes from this floor mat?
Reaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, B. That's an easy move right there. Finally, we have Delta invest $60 million into Joby Aviation program. Delta Airlines has announced the investment of $60 million into an all-electric vertical takeoff and landing company named Joby Aviation. The
No.
investment.
No.
You're not on board with this shot? The
No.
investment, which will see passengers of the airline able to reserve a seat on the eVTOL aircraft that will take them from their home to the airport, is the start of a multi-year partnership between the airline and the startup company. The partnership will give the airline's passengers a top-notch experience traveling from home to the airport, Shah. The airline has since revealed that passengers will be picked up from their location and taken straight to the airport
In a plane?
in a little plane.
No.
You don't want to take a plane to the plane, Shah?
Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. There is a certain amount of energy that it takes out of everybody to sit through a takeoff and a landing
Okay.
just on GP. And that's even if you love to fly. I think it takes a certain amount of your energy to decide what level of okay you want to be with it. But it's not just your normal everyday walking around, I'm okay with this. It's an extra like, okay, well, I know that if anything happens to a plane, it usually happens during takeoff or landing, but I'm going to be okay with this moving into the sky and then coming out of the sky and landing. Like right? It takes that in varying degrees. It takes a certain amount of out of people. And you want me to do that on the way to doing that to the big show?
Yeah, yo.
And you're gonna land a fucking vertical, just like straight down cartoon like airplane on my street? On my street.
You know what I mean? Just announcing to all my friends that I got vertical takeoff money.
That I'm not going to be home. You're gonna send an airplane to my house. I put timers on all my lamps. I got people coming over to look at the cat. and you gonna come through and just let everybody know.
Yeah.
Also, I ride, I usually take red-eye flights first thing in the morning or the very last one at night. So you gonna come and pick me up at 5:30 and you gonna wake everybody up and let them know that I'm not gonna be home for a couple of days. You
Hell
must
yeah.
be out your goddamn mind. There's no way.
And go
There's no
Shalewa
way.
again.
No, nope. No, that's insane. And now I have to come up with even more energy for this vertical take up. Where you go straight up like I'm at Six Flags? No, no, no. Sorry.
Yeah, nah.
No. Yeah.
This is $60 million wasted.
Yeah.
100%,
What
B.
do
You just
you?
flushing money.
That's no.
That don't even sound like the right amount to invest in anything that I'm in. Like, I don't want to fly. Like, $60 million is a lot of money, like, for a person. Like, oh, like, you rich. But, like, if you tell me that, like, it only took $60 million to invent a program that has planes that comes to my house to pick me up and flies vertically and takes me to the airport, like, the planes cost, like, I would assume $1 million each.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. 60 million don't feel like enough. It feels like you bootstrapping this program. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in a plane that, like, yo, like, we just afforded this. You know?
Yeah.
That don't feel comfortable to me.
I don't want to be an early adapter on this.
Nah, man. Some people gotta fall from the sky first before I'm on that shit.
Absolutely. Yeah, which is already where I'm going.
I need to see some people
It's
fall.
like the last thing I want to think about before I go to get on a plane.
Yeah, man. My vertical takeoff ain't quite takeoff. You know what I mean? But I'm here. I'm getting comp some peanuts. We good.
Yeah,
You can have peanuts again, though, because it's only just you.
Is it, or is it like an Uber pool? Because that's the thing is I'm reading on this thing. It says, although details of how Joby Aviation intends to pick up the passengers have not been given by Delta Airline or the startup company, we know that it will go to passengers to pick them up and not the other way around. So it implies that the aircraft will go to the passengers wherever they are without explicitly stating whether or not there will be like a bus stop or if the aircraft will land in people's homes or driveways.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a bus stop, it's really doing nothing better
It's
than.
not, yeah. I got bus stops.
Yeah, B. Uber's pretty dope already. Like, I don't like how they pay people, but like what it does well. I don't need to add the element of in the air.
Also, will this add to my Delta miles? Because it will if I take Lyft. If I take Lyft, every dollar I spend adds to my Delta miles.
Real talk. Yo,
will
do you
this do that?
Yo, we got real questions here, okay?
Yeah, y'all ain't thinking this through.
At all. I know I need the taxi license if I'm driving in New York.
Will they have that? Yeah. Like, how is this going to look
straight up
from state to state?
Because I don't need it when I'm driving like upstate. You just have regular people drive. I don't need a regular dude flying me from my house to Delta.
No, this is insane. This is just people spending money for no reason. You ain't got look. I have to fly out tomorrow morning. If I see anything sideways, I'm on Twitter immediately like, yeah, but you're going to come and pick me up in a plane to my house. Get out of here.
If you would like to fund the War Report Airlines.
Yeah, it's just a slingshot. It's a big catapult. It's a catapult. We just pull it back and let it go. Get in on the ground floor.
Hey, baby. I promise you our 60 million will go further. Okay? All you got to do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you are Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You haven't heard the word on the street about our great personal pickup program, okay? It goes very slow. It's a van, but it is well catered, okay? You know, you get there 2 hours late, but we pick up all the food you want. You get a massage. You know what I mean? You got a recliner in the back seat.
Right, yeah.
Nobody sits next to you.
Yeah,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
sure, that's important,
I
that's
think that's
important.
vital because the last time it's gonna happen for the next 4 to 6 hours, you know? 5 stars, you see the vision, okay?
Mhm.
Exquisite, care, foot rubs, you know?
Uh-huh,
We got
wow.
space like that, okay? Yeah, you gonna get to your
All of
flight a
that
little late, okay?
all of that in the catapult.
You
We
know
got
what
someone in there
I
to rub your feet.
mean? You know what's
We may
crazy?
need
All of this seems far more reasonable than this fucking Joby aviation nonsense. Okay? I was trying my best to sound like I was out of pocket. It still sounded
No,
way
it
more
still
realistic.
sounds yeah, I think these are all things that they probably will end up offering.
If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs to Brandy Spain and Lori McDaniel. Appreciate y'all for sending in articles. With all that said, I am future pilot Gastor Almonte.
And I am gonna just walk there. Shalewa Sharpe. I'll just meet you there.
This has been a not safely traveled episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace. Once the guns go cold.